Plume. So Plume has had a little bit of a breakout. It actually rallied really, really well and has literally just started pulling back a tad. This is actually quite an interesting project. It's all about real world assets. On all the biggest exchanges barring one. So still has that potential for a big breakout in the near future as well. We're going to dive into what's happening right now, what this can potentially do. Now, before I get into any of it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were all cryptos that I thought could do very, very well, could make a lot of money. Which is obviously why I showed myself buying them up. These were their prices when I recorded and released my videos. These are the highs these coins hit in the last bull cycle. And these are what your profits would have been if you'd have popped $100 into them. 100 into each would have been a $2,600 investment in a little under 16 months. That would have made your profit of over 123 grand. That's pretty damn good, but you don't have 16 months. We're in a bull cycle right now, and if you've got cryptos you're not happy with, coins that are not performing, you've got to get it fixed. If you don't know where to begin, have a look at copymycrypto.com/YouTube. This is the special offer I'm running right now for my YouTube followers. You get full access to my site, full membership to my site for half price, and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. On the site, I share all the cryptos I own with my members. Whenever I find any coin like many of these that I think can do very, very well, I jump onto my site, I tell my members about the crypto, the reasons I think it can do well, and the price I'll be buying at. Whenever I sell a coin, I do the same thing. I tell my members the coin I'm selling, the reasons I'm selling, and the price I'm selling at. So there's no work for my members. They're in and out coins, same price, and they make the same profit. If you go onto the site, you'll see some of the profits made by the members and some of the successes that led to those profits, like Phantom. Myself, my members, we got in before pretty much the entire market. We got in on Phantom at 1/2 cent. Phantom went up to $3.46. That's just shy of 700 times our investment. A bunch of my members became millionaires from that one alone. That is public record. So you can verify it all on the history of this channel. And if you like what you see and you want to find out the coins that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, the cryptos that can do those kind of gains, all you got to do to find out is join up on the site. Now, Plume. So, it launched back in January and launched at 16 cents. So it's quite a way off its launch price. It hit an all-time high, slightly north of 24 cents, well, actually just shy of 25 cents. So quite a way off of that as well. Now, Plume, to be fair, has 25,000 holders or so, which is about right, given its market cap. 3 billion of the 10 billion coins are out right now. So there's still a 7 billion or so unlock. So in terms of the unlocks, they start getting substantial in January. So there is 101 million unlock in December, but that is not really significant. That's treasury, community, and ecosystem. But in January, there's a massive unlock. These are early backers, core contributors. They're getting a massive amount of tokens. Cumulatively, the net worth of the tokens is over $42 million. With a coin with a market cap of 93 million, January, you've got to expect a dump. Got to expect a dump. February, there's still quite a big unlock, but it's substantially less than the January one. January is going to be rough in terms of that unlock. If you are a holder, you have got to expect the token is going to dump hard in January. Now, to be fair, look, they've been steadily climbing in terms of holders. They're about 1,000 more than they were this time last month, which is not a bad sign. That's a good sign, actually. It's the first full stack real world asset chain, an ecosystem purpose built for real world asset finance. So enabling the rapid adoption and demand driven integration of real world assets. There's 200 plus projects building on the network. Plume offers a composable EVM compatible environment for onboarding and managing diverse real world assets. They have a tokenization engine and a network of financial infrastructure partners. They're simplifying asset onboarding and enabling this DeFi integration for real world assets. Now, this potential here, the reality is that real world assets is going to be a massive thing in blockchain tech. By the way, good backers, lots of backers here. Again, but this is probably explains the massive token unlock that is on its way in January. Now, real world assets, yeah, they're going to be a massive thing on the blockchain, but I don't think we're going to see huge adoption on real world assets yet, because I think the regulatory clarity just isn't there right now at all. For example, I tokenize a house, I implement it into a lending and borrowing protocol, or I use it as collateral to borrow, right? Let's say I use it as collateral to borrow. And the housing market crashes. So the collateral that I've provided is now worth substantially less. So does my position get liquidated? If my position gets liquidated on what I borrowed, what about my underlying collateral? How is that affected? Is that a transfer of ownership now? There's too many confusing elements here that can go wrong. And I think something big has to go wrong for regulatory clarity to come in, for then adoption. I think adoption will take time till there is proper clarity about how things are going to work truly. But they are real world asset chain, as I said, backed by some big names. Now, they have hit a number of the Korean markets as of late, and that's probably causing the initial rise that we've seen. It's now live on Upbit. That was announced a couple of hours ago, so that probably is what caused an initial pump. Other than that, I mean, yes, they're super active, but working with Paxos Labs, Aptos, Layer Zero, Hyperliquid, that's a good sign. Headed to Dubai for the Binance Blockchain Week as a gold sponsor. So probably I'm going to be a speaker. So again, that's a good sign for one of the co-founders. So getting the word out very well. This is the Plume Explorer. So you can see total transactions 122,000, daily transactions on the decline. Okay, so it is worth noting, you know, a month ago 450,000 transactions in a day, now almost half that. So usage is dropping. Token wise, let's have a look, see how many tokens are on here right now. One page worth. What's that? 50 tokens. Is that one page worth? Some more? Oh no, there's plenty more. Normally there's a thing. Right, so 100 tokens. 150. Wow, okay. So there's plenty of tokens knocking about. Granted, you know, we're now getting to like tiny amounts of holders. So the main tokens, if we're organizing by holders, that's probably the easiest way. So Nest Alpha Vault has a bunch of holders. You got Plume USD has a bunch of holders. Maverick version 2 position, a lot of holders. I mean, okay, so there is definite usage here. That's not a bad sign at all. That's not a bad sign at all. So let's dive into the portal. Let's dive into the ecosystem. So, portal-wise, so these are, so Morpho is the incentivized lending vault. Obviously, you can stake Plume as well. Earnings, stake and rewards of 5%. That's okay. Your Nest Alpha Vault is yielding 10.5%. That's got Invesco, Blackstone, and BlackRock in. So proper strong names there. I mean, you've got a decent range of opportunities for earning, whether it's real world assets or yield vaults. So there's plenty here to like in terms of passive income streams. I actually think Plume looks really, really good as a passive income stream, but the token itself is weak. My concern with the token itself $20.2, it's not bad. My concern with the token itself is a few things. Number one, usage is dropping, right? Daily transactions are dropping. They're about half of what they were a month ago. It's not a great sign. Number two, there is an enormous token unlock in January. And I just cannot see a world that doesn't dump. Now, question would be, do all these early backers try and push the prices up, try and push the market up for Plume prior to that token dump? That's an interesting question. They are more than capable. They are huge VCs that can do that. But honestly, even with this little sort of partial uptrend, which I really think is just the fact that it listed on Upbit, that's probably the main reason for this. I think it's more likely to come back down to where it was. Me personally, look, I think this is an outstanding passive income stream, but and worth having a look at. As a token to invest in, I would avoid. Certainly, I would avoid before the January dump that will happen. Those VCs will dump. And that is a massive dump that's going to come. So, yeah, if you're a token holder, my personal perspective is I wouldn't hold it prior to this token dump that is going to come in January. Like I say, the big question really revolves around, can or will these VCs manipulate the market and try and push the price up prior to them getting their tokens and being able to dump? That's the interesting question. What do you think? Do you think we're going to see that? We'll try and revisit this Plume a couple of days before the token unlock for all those VCs. See where the charts are now compared to now. But let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. Guys, we're in a bull cycle, and if you're sitting on coins you're not happy with, cryptos that are not performing, you got to get it fixed. If you don't know where to begin, get on to copymycrypto.com/YouTube. This is the special offer I'm running right now for my YouTube followers. You get full access to my site, full membership to my site for half price, and there is a 60-day money-back guarantee. On the site, I share with my members the cryptos I own. Whenever I find any coin that I think can do well, like many of these, whether it was Theta, Zilliqa, VeChain, or Phantom, I jump onto my site, tell my members about the coin, the reasons I think it can do well, and the price I'll be buying at. I do the same when I sell, so there's no work for my members. And if you go onto my site, you'll see some of the profits the members have made, some of the successes that led to those profits, all of which is public record. Whether it is meme coin myself, my members held for a fortnight that did over a 300x, or whether it's Phantom, which in the last bull cycle was one of the best performers. Myself, my members, we got in at half a cent. That went up to $3.46. That's just shy of 700 times our investment. A bunch of my members became millionaires from that one alone. This is public record, so you can verify it on this channel's history. And if you like what you see and you want to find out the coins that are going to be the winners in this bull cycle, all you've got to do to find out is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy. Bye-bye.